and Studs! Ninjago fans, welcome back to the first Ninjago build of the year with the newly minted and released Ninja Ultra Combo Mech. This is Sprues and Studs, and I will tell you that this set is a very large one that weighs in at a total of 1,104 pieces and will cost you $89.99 for this set. As I said before, this set was released on January 1st, 2022, so this set is super fresh and ready to be built. I'll be honest with you, as I was browsing through the new set list back on December 31st of last year, this set was one of the first ones that caught my eye. Why did it catch my eye? Well, I will tell you. Growing up, I watched Voltron as well as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers after school and on Saturday morning cartoons. With Voltron and the Power Rangers, they had one prominent thing common with each other, and that is the ability of different characters who pilot different vehicles to combine their vehicles into one gigantic mech. With the Power Rangers, specifically the first season, the 5 Dinozords, namely the Tyrannosaurus, Mastodon, Triceratops, Saber-tooth Tiger, and the Pterodactyl all combined to form a gigantic robot called the Megazord, or the Dino Megazord. You know, the Mastodon formed the back and the arms of the Megazord, while the Tyrannosaurus formed the head and the torso. Then both the Triceratops and the Saber-tooth Tiger formed the legs of the Ultra Mech. And finally, to round it off, the Pterodactyl would form the protective chest plate for the mech. With Voltron, all the quote-unquote pieces of the Ultra Mech formed a red, blue, yellow, and black lions. So that is why, when I saw this set, it was an absolute must-buy for me. Looking at the Lego set reminded so much of my childhood, and I believe that's why now, as an adult fan of Lego, Lego is so successful, because now that we are adults, the Lego company tugs at our memory and our heartstrings and compels us to buy sets that way. So yes, they got me hook, line, and sinker as usual. So enough about memory lane, and let's focus in on the set. As this set is 1,104 pieces, I have decided to break up the build video into two so as not to bore you guys and make you pass out watching a 25 to 30 minute long build video. Plus, my droning voice probably doesn't help the situation, right? So for this first video, we will be focusing in on bags 1 through 5 out of 8. Then on the second video, we will be focusing in on bags 6 through 8. And then I will show you on the video how to combine the different Ninjago vehicles together to form the Ultra Combo Mech. Spoiler alert, even as adult, and you will hear me say this in the second build video, that assembling the vehicles together took me quite a while to figure out, even though the instructions, well, they were there, but they weren't too easy to interpret. Before we start talking about the set itself, I wanted to invite you, the viewer, to jump ahead first into the channel and subscribe to it and become a member of this brick family. Why would you want to subscribe to the channel, you may ask? Well, I'll give you a few reasons why. The biggest reason is why this channel would not be around if it wasn't for your continued support. After you watch this video, take a look around the channel, and I'm sure that you'll find something that you will like. This channel predominantly features sets that are produced by the Lego company. My personal passions are the Technic sets that are car related, as well as the Speed Champion sets. The channel also features Ninjago and more adult themed sets such as the Botanical Collection. Not only does this channel feature Lego sets, but we feature non-Lego sets because we like to see what is outside the wall Lego gardens. Next, at least once a month, we feature a Warhammer 40k painting tutorial which will take a plain base-coated miniature and bring it to life on the tabletop, and we'll get you the compliments when you are wargaming at your local gaming store about your painting prowess. We also feature some YouTube shorts talking about Advent Calendar, as well as some Lego minifigure series openings. Then finally, we have a series called Besides the Bricks, where I will materialize a body out from my 2 hands and talk to you about anything Lego and Warhammer related. I don't know, but if I were you, all that content sounds pretty damn convincing for me to jump aboard and become part of the Brick family. Again, to my Brick family or my current subscribers, thank you for your continued patronage and support of the channel. I am encouraged that you find my content interesting enough to keep viewing. You all know that I'm extremely appreciative of you and that I love talking to you as all. That is why I fully encourage you to leave a comment in the comments section so I can engage you in some friendly banter and conversation. After all, that's what we human beings like to do, right? Communicate with each other. Plus, Some of you have offered some real good suggestions that I've incorporated into the channel, which make the channel as well as the videos even better. Okay, enough promoting. Hopefully in the future I won't have to do this anymore, so we can jump right into the sets and build and review it right away. As you saw with bag 1, you first start building my boy Kai. He is wearing a gi or an outfit that has his characteristic flames that define him so well. He's sporting both a golden as well as a red katana that's strapped to his back. After all that, you first build the torso of Kai's mech, which also serves as the center point of all the Ultra Combo mech. The cockpit is rather unremarkable and only has a control panel on the front in which Kai would control the mech. After that, you move on to building the shoulders as well as filling out some detail on the torso of the fire mech. With the golden wings on the breastplates of the mech, there are definitely some similarities to the Power Rangers Megazord. Moving on to bag 2, you then focus on building the legs of Kai's fire mech. I would have to say there's nothing super remarkable about the legs of the mech, but as you build them, you start seeing the potential connection points where the future Ultra mech's legs attach to the current legs of the mech that we just built. In bag 3 is where you finish off the finer details of the mech. You first start off building the 2 feet of the mech, and then you move on to building the 2 arms of the mech. One of the arms holds a gigantic golden sword, as you saw, while the other arm doesn't have anything. However, I'll have to point out an earlier criticism that the arms look quite spindly and, well, underdeveloped. I feel like the designers could have filled out the arms as well as make a functional right hand. It's hard for me to describe, but when you go ahead and put the set together, you'll see what I'm talking about. The set, or the mech, looks like there's something, well, missing. With the 4th bag, you then focus on the enemies of the ninjas, which appear to be, I believe, the Anaconda 2.0. The first minifigure with a gauntlet surface is called the Boa Destructor, and the second enemy minifigure is called the Crobo Mechanic. I'll have to say that both of the torsos of the Anaconda are pretty intricately designed and truly shows how much the printing technology has improved over the years with more complex and detailed designs. After the 2 minifigures are assembled, you then will put together the attack vehicle, which for some reason kind of reminds me of a spider, even though it only has 4 legs. These limbs or appendages or whatever the heck you want to call them. The vehicle also features twin cannons that fire out orange glowing discs at the good guys. Then onto bag 5 where we build Zane. I will admit, I have not watched the cartoon in a very long time, but it appears that Zane has adopted his full mech self, so his face looks like a silver mech, while both sides are printed on the face. There is only one side that has his real face. Zane is sporting a cool looking gi, pun intended, that has ice crystals printed on both sides of the torso. The legs also feature a pretty cool print as well. He is wielding 2 of his weapons of choice, which are shurikens, but he is also sporting a light blue katana on his back as well. I have no idea what Zane's vehicle is called, but it drives via 2 tracks, and his vehicle serves as the Ultra Mech's left and right legs, and this is pretty evident when you build the vehicle itself. In my opinion, there really is not much to say about the vehicle aside from the fact that, well, the tracks on the vehicle are nice and they actually stay on, even with rather spirited play. Anyway, that's it for part 1 of this video. Please let me know what your initial thoughts are on the build. Does it look like something that you would buy based on what you have seen so far? Let me know in the comments section. So anyways, this is Sprues and Studs, and thanks for watching, and I will see you all in part 2 of this build.